Hello again, everybody. Welcome to episode 14. I'm starting to dare to hope a little that this is actually working, and someone, somewhere, has the chance to save a life today, simply because you are here and you exist. So please, please share, and keep sharing. You never know. So, this woman was my uncle on my father's side, new wife. Like, we were already pretty grown by the time they met, started to fall in love with each other. And she was from Arizona. And when she moved up here to marry my uncle, I instantly fell in love with her because she was just so fun and soft and warm and just loved to laugh. She fit in with our family perfect. She always wanted to know about me. Like, always wanted to know what I was doing, what I was up to, how I felt about everything. Wanted to hang out with just me sometimes. And when she had to stay at our house for a brief moment, she stayed in my room on the bunk beds. She had the bottom bunk and I had the top. And we would watch Disney movies every night before bed. Again, the timing of the universe could not have been more perfect. We were very, very, very close. My favorite memory, since she was from Arizona, when she moved up here, she had never before seen snow. She was so amazed by it. And we made sure we made the introduction quite proper. It was the best snowball fight ever, and we whitewashed her more times than I can remember, honestly. I'm pretty sure her face hurt by the end of that day. It was great. Best memory. So, all throughout my life, I have had massive bouts of terrible, terrible nightmares. All throughout different parts of my life. Like, to the point that many, many times I've woken up the whole family. Just stood up, or sat up, middle of the night, dead asleep, just screaming that blood-curdling, terrible, panicked scream. But not all of my dreams end that way. Sometimes I manage to sleep through them. And sometimes I feel like that's a little worse. Like, waking up screaming is a kindness. It's quite horrible, honestly, when these set in. And it adds to my insomnia for sure. Sometimes I don't want to go to sleep, because even when I'm happy, these kind of nightmares can still creep in. And sometimes I still dream in blood and gore and fear and loss. Since this woman was staying in the room with me, she got to see that. And she would curl up with me and hold me and just rock me. Let me fall back asleep if I could. Let me talk about what I had seen if I couldn't. It was always stupid, irrelevant things that didn't often make much sense. And always just this terribly overwhelming feeling of complete terror. And she would just hold me, either way, till my mind would finally stop. She'd put in another movie, and we'd cuddle till I fell back asleep. It didn't end up happening very often because the nightmares immediately began to slow in their frequency, which was the most incredible thing ever. Because she showed me something that finally worked to fight them off. The only way to get rid of nightmares is with love. I imagine she must have told my new mom about this happening, because she began to stay with me occasionally, a little more often too. And between the two of them, I learned to fight off those nightmares, those demons, and be able to sleep. It gave me a small measure of control over the insomnia. It allowed me to bypass it. If I had someone close to me that I could let them love me through it, I knew I would always be okay. Somehow. So Aunt Naomi, episode 14 is for you. Whether you knew it or not, you saved my life. Because those dreams, when they get that bad, those types, they very quickly push me to the point of wanting to die. It happens very, very quickly if those nightmares set in and become recurring. And you didn't let that happen. Just by being yourself and for loving and caring about that little kid, you saved a life. Thank you for existing. Just for being who you are. It mattered. It will always matter. Episode 14. Naomi.